Get this, you might be holding in your hand something worth thousands, tens of thousands, even hundreds of thousands of dollars, all hidden inside what looks like just a dusty old 1972 penny. Yes, a 1972 penny. Sounds wild, right? But there are versions of this coin so rare, so loaded with errors or special features, that collectors go insane over them. By the end of this, you'll see why a coin you toss in a jar might be a goldmine, and exactly what to look for so you could be the one cashing in. Stick with me till the end, this could change how you look at every penny you find. The history of the 1972 penny, officially the Lincoln cent in the US, starts with something very ordinary. It was produced in huge numbers. The US Mint struck billions of them, Philadelphia, no mint mark, Denver, mint mark D, and in San Francisco, proof finishes and regular circulation. Under most circumstances, these coins are worth very close to their face value, just a few cents, unless they've got something extremely special about them. US Coins Guide. +1. What flips a 1972 penny from junk into jackpot are error coins and rare varieties. Think of them like misprints in a newspaper, every edition has some, but only a few are iconic and valuable. The most famous among these for 1972 is the double die obverse error, sometimes called DDO. On that coin, certain inscriptions on the front, like, "In God We Trust," the word "Liberty," and the date, 1972, are visibly doubled, meaning during the die creation process, when the image that will stamp all the coins is being made, something shifted so the design was kind of stamped twice, off from its proper alignment. That doubling shows up as shadows, ghost images, thick/thin overlaps. When you see it, you can't unsee it. US Coins Guide. +2. History Tools. +2. Now, how often do you find a really good example of that error? Not often. Estimates vary, about 20,000 or so might have been made with the double die feature, in its more dramatic form, and many are still circulating, possibly in pocket change. But the ones that really fetch huge sums are those in top condition, no wear, bright original surfaces, sharp detail, maybe even proof condition, or graded by a numismatic authority like PCGS or NGC. US Coins Guide. +1. As for value numbers, here's where it gets exciting. A 1972 DDO penny in extremely fine, that means somewhere, but still good detail, might be worth around $150 to $300 or more. If you have one that's in mint state, no wear, full detail, original luster, like MS66 or MS67, it can run thousands of dollars, perhaps $2,500 to $4,000 depending on exactly which mint it came from, Philadelphia or Denver. History Tools. +1. There are even rarer 1972 coins, proof pennies, especially deep cameo or cameo proofs, or ones graded extremely high by professionals. One proof from 1972 graded PR67 deep cameo sold for around $11,500 in past auctions. History Tools. Then there's a very special case, 1972 aluminum prototype cents. These were never released into circulation, are extremely rare, and one example, graded MS62 by PCGS, sold for over $50,000. But those are essentially museum piece level, very, very hard to find. History Tools. So, numbers can go from literally 2 cents for a worn, common coin, all the way up to tens of thousands of dollars, depending on condition, mint, proof versus circulation, and whether the coin has the dramatic double die or other error. If you found a perfect DDO variant in MS6770, you could easily be looking at $10,000, $50,000, or more, depending on demand. And for ultra-rare prototypes or one-of-a-kind extreme quality coins, the ceiling is even higher, hundreds of thousands, possibly more in a private sale. So what should you check in your coin, if you have a 1972? First, look at, "In God We Trust, Liberty," and the date, 1972, is the lettering doubled or shadowed? Next, check which mint, Philadelphia, no mark, Denver, D, or San Francisco, S/or proof. Then, assess where, are the high points worn or still sharp? Is it red, copper color versus brown? Copper pennies tend to brown with age. Proof or cameo, shiny, highly reflective fields, frosted devices, coins tend to fetch more. If possible, get a grading. That means a professional company assesses condition and authenticates any error. A high-grade certificate makes a big difference. Also check for other errors, off-center strikes, clipped planchets, die breaks, etc. Even minor ones can add hundreds or thousands of dollars if done well. All in all, a normal 1972 penny might be worth a few cents to a few dollars, but if you hit the jackpot, a bold double die, proof finish, rare mint, perfect condition, you could have something that pushes well into the thousands or even tens of thousands of dollars. The possibility of hundreds of thousands exists for true once-in-a-lifetime specimens. That's what makes these coins so thrilling. You carry around treasure and don't know it. To end strong, imagine this: someone finds a 1972 double die penny at a yard sale for face value or less, cleans it up just enough to see the doubling, and sells it for $20,000. Or someone discovers the aluminum prototype that was never meant for you to hold, worth $50,000 plus SIM.